Chapter 2. Rosner and his mother pull into the stables minutes before the life-giver bestows her wondrous kiss on the land, the blanket of darkness only moments behind. Its golden glow transforms the horizon into a sort of heavenly place, blending earth and sky together in an array of reds and yellows. Passing clouds distort the view into imperfect perfection, making every second more unique than the last. "So, who was the girl?" Rosser's mother asks, pulling on the reins. Asra closes the door behind them. A small snicker escapes her. "What girl? You do not talk to those." Rosner hops off the cart, ready to defend himself. "I do too." Whenever a girl and him are mentioned in the same sentence, Asra always finds it necessary to poke fun at him. For some reason, it seems she finds it entertaining. His sister scoffs. "Yeah, that is if they talk to you first." Rosner opens his mouth to counter, but realizes he has nothing. She's not wrong. If he can get away with it, he avoids them. Unfortunately, they occasionally come his way. He turns away from her and mumbles to himself, "I still talk to them." "Hey!" their mother snaps. Both look at her in surprise. Only moments ago she carried a smile. Now her arms are crossed, and her eyes begin to shave away at both their souls. Am I really going to be ignored? In unison, both siblings answer, "No." Without hesitation, Rosner answers her question. "Her name is Ilsa." A small smile finds its way back to their mother's lips, but she stays quiet. It is not until they return creek-bed to her stall that she comments, "She seems like a cute girl." From behind him, Rosner hears Asra coo, "Ooh." Unable to control himself, Rosner spins on his heels and finds himself inches away from his sister. A startled flash streaks across her eyes, but they are quick to switch to an expression that Rosner has dubbed the "fight me" face. Her jaw tightens ever so slightly, and something about her eyes dares him to challenge her, so he matches her expression. They stand there, inching ever closer. Then they both break, pressing their heads against each other, laughing. "You know, Rosner," their mother informs, "the life-giver has kissed the land." He nods at her, unsure of what she is getting at. Rosner watches their mother lower the latch to sandstone stall, sending the dull sound of wood striking wood echoing off the beams of the stable. A second later, another thud choruses the first. Unsure of what made it, Rosner scans the room. Near the back end of the stables, he spots Kedoric step away from Mason's stall. He cocks his head as he watches his brother toss an armful of hay in for the stallion and thinks back to when they entered the stable. Was his brother already here? Or had he just walked in from the back door? "Did you hear me?" Rosner blinks, returning his attention to his mother. "Sorry, Mother. What did you say?" She lets out a low huff. "Have you some place to be?" Realization hits him like a bucking horse. "Casper!" Rosner turns on his heels once more and heads to the doors as Asra calls out, "Yeah, get going!" He stops in his tracks, spins around, and points a warning finger at his sister. In response, Asra stands there smiling and waves. Resisting the urge to comment, he turns back around and heads out. Seconds later, he swears he hears his sister yell, "Bye!" Outside, he shakes his head while he runs, finding himself unable to resist a chuckle. There is no way to describe their relationship, but for better or for worse, no one would be able to separate them. He manages to travel halfway down the road that hugs the hill before curiosity steers him away from it and up the earthy mound. with the life-giver blessing the land behind it, like it does before every nightfall. The castle is bestowed with a whole new beauty. An inviting rose-colored aura radiates around the building, pulling Rosner towards it. Its fingers stretch further into the sky, trying to grasp Linil before darkness drapes the land. Each stone block of the castle seems to whisper a unique secret of the past all at once, their voices growing quieter with the life-giver's descent, almost like it is pulling the voices towards it with the wind. He sprints to the castle entrance with uncomfortable curiosity coursing through his veins. Then, when he reaches the doors, standing thrice his height, fear. He recalls his previous experiences, the joy, the pain, the victories and defeat, and the story, the life the castle has lived. Every trip in the front of this door, Rosner sees with the eyes of all who have walked its halls. But every story has an end. Has the weeping castles finally come? Does he want to see it, if that is the case? His last trip felt like it was near the end, and it did not seem pleasant. Can he handle it? Steeling himself, he runs his hand against the ancient wood, taking each step like it might be his last. What has he truly got to fear? His imagination? Nothing dangerous has ever come of this before. Why start now? The power the castle emanates pulses through Rosner's hand, dissolving away all his problems. Within moments, inaudible whispers creep into Rosner's ears, slowly increasing in volume. The more steps he takes, the clearer and louder the voices become. Shrieks of pain and agony combat battle cries. War horses and war hounds whine and howl alongside the voices of men and growling monsters. Steel clashing steel rings in Rosner's mind. Only strides from the other end of the door, and a low growl unlike anything he has heard before enters his mind. With every step, the growl grows in strength. One step away from the door's edge, Rosner stops. He keeps his hand on the door, but he does not move. The growl is too much. There is something different about it than all the other voices and noises. Like it knows he is there, listening. When all the noises subside, he assures himself it is not possible. None of it is. It is just his overactive imagination. Still, he hesitates. He has made it his own tradition to walk the length of the doors whenever he approaches the Weeping Castle, yet something holds him back. Perhaps fear is to blame. Nonetheless, he persuades himself to take the last step. As his foot presses against the ground and his hand slides to the edge of the door, a monstrous roar vibrates through his entire body. Rosner cries out, ripping his hand from the door and stumbling back. His foot catches on a slab of stone pavement and he falls to the ground. He stares at the door as if a demon possesses it. His heart pounds in his chest. The sound of waves crashing far below returns to Rosner's ears, with the scent of the salty water riding a gentle wind up to his nose. But the roar of the beast remains, taking an eternity to grow quiet. Once it disappears, Rosner sprints away from the castle. Every few seconds he glances back, as though the monster that created the roar will burst through the doors and devour him. He shakes his head. This does not make any sense. He knows there are stories hidden within its walls. countless adventures with heroes leading them, the lives of past rulers and their reign, hatred and praise. But that roar is something else. That was not a law the ruler had decreed. It was not a war that raged at the castle's feet. It was a monster seeking blood and death, never finding satisfaction.